What it is, you're now tuned in to Regal Talk Only with the guy VVS Jews, and you already know how this gonna go. We're gonna talk a lot of real shit for about 5 or 10 minutes, and we're gonna get the hell up out of here. All right, let's get it.
I really think I was chose to do this. When I woke up, I just had this in my mind. So I said, let me put it down. Listen.
Hey, they talk but they don't listen. They watch but they don't see.
Yo, look, man. A lot of people don't understand. You have to do what you have to do to get through. You know what I'm saying? You can't be worried about what everybody else doing. You can't worry about how everybody else did it. You know what I'm saying? Everybody got a vice and ain't nobody perfect. So without further ado, yeah, I'm smoking this motherfucking good ass loud right here. Y'all already know what it is if you know me. So yeah, man. You gotta do you to get through. You know what I mean? One thing for sure, man, we all came here with gifts and talents. We all came here with something so unique nobody else can do it. Right? It's just like having fingerprints. Nobody has these same fingerprints like you do. So you can guarantee it's something inside of you that you have to develop, that you have to find. You know, you got to try so much shit in life. You got to take risk in life. And that's another thing I want to say. It'd be hard for you to get through anything if you don't take risk in life. You know what I mean? And let it be known, you got to take the positive risk, not the negative risk. The negative risk, you already know what that is. Yeah. Dead, handicapped, jail some damn well. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to take the bigger risk, the smarter risk, right? Right? When I say big, the risk, a lot of people think, you know, I told this to one of my homeboy back in the day, you know, everybody ain't got a plug. So it would be easier for somebody that had a dope plug to get by versus somebody that don't have a plug at all. You feel me? So the bigger risk would be going through life without nothing, without no family support, without no street support, you know, just no one. You see, walking this path alone, that valley of shadow of death. You know, everybody can't get in the streets. Everybody don't have an uncle that, you know what I'm saying? It's just like you have to know your path in life. You have to be accepting that. You know, I truly believe that we are all our own superhero inside. You know, that little light that shines inside. That little light is your superhero. You have to use it. You have to let it shine your way through that valley of shadow of death. You know, you can't allow your process to get you to the point to where you start using the blueprint of others. Because what's going to happen is you're going to create the same reality for them. And again, you won't be able to stand in that reality. Why? Because your feet ain't built for them shoes, man. You feel me? Your feet built for your shoes. And all you have to do is just keep chipping away, keep putting in the work, keep doing it your way. I know it may seem uncomfortable and it may seem fucked up to other people. But at the end of the day, being selfish is the best thing you can do for yourself and anybody else at the end of the day. You can't do nothing for nobody else if you can't do it for your goddamn self. Remember that. Matter of fact, say it with me again. You can't do nothing for nobody else unless you do shit. Do the shit for yourself first. You know what I'm saying? How you gonna know how to treat somebody if you don't know how to treat yourself? How you gonna know how to love somebody? Like, you know what I'm saying? If you don't know how to love yourself, if you don't know what the love you giving away feels like, you don't know the value of it. And that's another thing. A lot of people don't be knowing the value of their own work put in, their own, you know, accomplishments. You know, I had a problem with that my damn self, but one thing about it is like when you don't come from something and it's just like, all right, boom. It's like an artist nobody know about. He come up with a song, boom, he blow. No record deal, no nothing like that. He up for $1 million deal. versus the artist that went straight to the label and got a deal. He probably get $100,000. They take all his publishing. He get all the money on the road simply because he didn't come with value. The artist that came with value is the artist that got it up from the bottom. So if you get it up from the bottom, just know that has more value than anything else. So if you didn't have the plug, you know what I'm saying? If you ain't have the best job, you ain't get the great education, that shit don't mean nothing. Just keep going. You're going to be more valuable if you make it. Because the way you made it is by using this, by using this. See that character and that heart? You know what I'm saying? That character and that heart that you develop by going through this shit, by going through the valley of shadow of death and not shying away from your process. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't saying none of this to be religious. Trust me, none of this is to be religious, because we're going to get on that on another time. But this is all about you making it through. And the way you make it through is by doing you. You can't do what everybody else doing, man. Matter of fact, the easiest way to get there and the fastest way to get there is to see what everybody else doing and do something different. Period. That's how you get through. See? You can only get to what you want with the key that opens that door. You are the key. You the only thing that can slide through that door. You the only one that see that vision. Go talk to somebody and ask them what you thinking. I bet they don't know. So you the only person that can make that thought manifest. And you the only person that can walk through that door, because you got to make up the thought of you walking through that door to be able to walk through the door first. You see? You the key. Be the key. Be the key. Do what you have to do to make it through, man. Do what you have to do to make it through. And I promise you, that don't mean do what everybody else doing. No, that don't mean that. That mean put in the work. Put in the self-work. You know, you got to be refined. That's it. Ain't nobody coming here perfect. So until you understand what it is to be a man, or what it is to be a woman, or what it is to be whatever you want to be in this world, until you understand what it is to be that, you won't know the value of the work that needs to be put in. So you will be afraid to put it in. Meaning that you already telling yourself, or whatever, you know, being you look up to, or whatever thing you look up to, whether it's your God, your most high source, whatever you want to call it, the universe, whatever you want to call it. If you don't know the value of what you're asking for, you can't feel it. And if you can't feel it, you can't imagine it. And if you can't imagine it, how in the world you going to have it? Because thoughts come before things. You have to think it before you can have it. Because you got to feel yourself have it before you can even have it. You know what I'm saying? This thing is all about being it before you can be it. Ah, right. You got to be it before you can be it. Or, let's say it like this, you got to be it to be it. It ain't fake it till you make it. It's be it to be it. Right? Before you become a doctor, you go into school to be a... God, I don't think y'all hear me on that. I don't think y'all heard that. Before you go to school, before you become anything that you go to school for, schooling is to learn how to be what you're becoming, or what you want to be. Eventually you'll graduate and you'll be it. That process of graduating, yes, that's man putting time on when. But as you notice, when you get a degree, man, ain't no time frame on when you're going to get that job. A lot of people got degrees and shit like that. Ain't never been inside their, you know, majoring. They ain't never did that. Feel me? What they majored in. So y'all know how that go, man. Y'all know how this go. And if you don't know how this go, this how this go. Put in the damn work. Look in your mind and say, damn, this is what I want to be. And when you're looking in there, look at yourself. What are you doing? What are you wearing? How are you talking? How are you acting? How are you perceiving the things around you? Guess what you have to do to get to that point? Do all those things that you see that person in your mind, the you at that in that space. You have to do all those things, good or bad, in your mind. There is no good or bad when it comes to intent. And everything cares about, whether on the higher level of things, is your intent behind things. No one's perfect, man. You know, just make sure your intent is good and you should be able to live with it. And I know a lot of people would probably use the saying that, you know, and the road to hell is paved with good intentions. Well, what I would say is, if you can't stay in heaven forever. There's always going to be an up and down to everything. So having that looking on things, that's just in your motherfucking mind. That's how you choose to look at it. Because, hey, hell made you who you are today, right? And who you are today, you help other people to make it through or out of the hellish situation they're in, right? Yeah. So hell is not all of a bad thing when you understand the spiritual meanings behind it, the spiritual reasons for why it was even created, the thought form was even created. It's not a real thing. Huh? Yeah, I need to stop playing with yourself and grow up. Yeah. You can't be afraid to be you. And that's the thing. You cannot be afraid to be the you that you see yourself on the other side as. And there you have it. You got to do what you have to do to make it through. Stop playing games with yourself, man, and do the hard work. I promise you, the hard is in your mind. The hard gonna feel good after about 2 weeks and you edit. You feel me? You got to start, though. You got to start. You got to start, and you got to be consistent with it to even be proud of yourself enough to even keep going. Got to be consistent. That's the key. That is the key in order to be. You got to be it. You got to be it. So with that being said, man, I just wanted to leave y'all with that. Like I said, I didn't want to keep y'all too long. But I know a lot of people in 2022, they're going to have a lot of trouble with being who they are because a lot of people ain't got no direction. And they're going to be looking here and there, up and down. You feel me? And it ain't going to be nowhere to be found. The map, the blueprint, nowhere is direction. It ain't going to be nowhere to be found if you're looking for it. In 2022, you got to know you the answer. It ain't nothing else. All right? Like I said, this is Regal Talk Only. You are tuning out with the God. VVS Shoes, baby. I'll be back. Yeah.
I really think I was chose to do this. When I woke up, I just had this in my mind. So I said, let me put it down. Listen.
Hey, they talk but they don't listen. They watch but they don't see.